The Blue Jays win, the Blue Jays win, the Blue Jays win. 3-1 over the Mariners in Game 1 of our series as we move to 12-8 on the year. It was a tough matchup on the mound tonight as it was Bowden Francis versus Brian Wu. Brian Wu has been phenomenal, but then again, Bowden Francis is no slouch himself as the Jays are able to get the early victory in this series in a well-fought game. Very pitching and defense heavy, and we'll get into some of that in just a minute. But first, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. It will help us grow. Anyways, top of 1, Bowden Francis goes 3 up, 3 down. Wu's out pitching for Seattle in the bottom of 1, and we get to him right away. Bichette singles, Guerrero Jr. grounds out, but moves Bichette to third base after Bichette had stolen second base. So good to see him getting on the move early. He's lost some sprint speed over the last couple of years, but nice to see him still be able to snag a bag. Santander is then able to hit a sac fly to left, and Bichette scores before Jimenez flies out. So it's 1-0 Jays early through the first inning. Top of second, though, Rowdy Tellez answers back with a big home run, 373 feet to right field, ties the game 1-1. We move into the bottom of the second, and the Jays answer right back themselves. Springer singles to center, Barger flies out, Kirky walks, so you got 2 runners on with 1 out. Wagner then singles, loading the bases, for Alan Roden to hit a sac fly and score the run. Bo Bichette flies out to right after him, but we do have the lead at this point, 2-1 through the bottom of the second inning. Both pitchers settle in after that. We have to thank the Mariners for their scouting report, or lack thereof, on Addison Barger out in right field, as they tested him a few times in this game and learned pretty much right away what 99th percentile arm strength means. As Cal Raleigh singles down the right field line and is gunned out going to second base on this play, and I'll pop in a little clip of that here along with some of the other ones. And then later in that inning, Arozarena hit by a pitch, Raleigh doubles to right, and Arozarena gets thrown out at home in a rundown. So again, Barger's strong arm getting to the ball, getting it into the infield allows for that rundown to take place and ultimately get him tagged out by Kirky with his elite speed, chasing Arozarena down for the tag. So yeah, that kept it as 2-1. And then in the bottom of the fourth, Springer doubles, Barger lines out, but moves Springer up to third. Kirky singles to center, right up the middle. Springer scores on it, making it 3-1 Blue Jays. Wagner then singles. Kirky moves up to second before Alan Roden strikes out and Bichette grounds into a fielder's choice, ending the inning. So we put some pressure on, got a few pitches up on Wu, but we're unable to do much damage with it. But we did extend the lead to 3-1 at this point in time through 4 innings. Francis still cooking in the 5th. Wu shuts us down even though we got some traffic on the bases in the 5th, unable to do any damage with it. And it remains that 3-1. But what I would like to highlight is in that 5th inning, Williamson flied out to right field. Rowdy Tellez was on second base, tags up and decides to take off for third base, again testing this Barger arm strength, and it was a mistake. Addison Barger throws out Tellez by probably 10 feet. It was an interesting combination of, again, 99th percentile arm strength versus a very slow runner, as we're all familiar with Rowdy Tellez. So again, questionable scouting, questionable decision-making by the Mariners, getting thrown out 3 different times in this game, directly or indirectly by Addison Barger's arm strength. So yeah, thank you Mariners for that scouting report, and if we want to keep him out there for the next couple of games here, they can feel free to run on him as much as they want, because it's going to lead to good things for us Blue Jays fans. And as I mentioned, the end score was 3-1, so we did get into a bit of a shutdown by the bullpens after that as Flaherty comes in the 7th. And I don't know at what point we're going to stop complaining about Flaherty coming into the game, because I was following along on Twitter as well. And as soon as Flaherty comes in, everyone's saying, why are we going to Flaherty in the 7th? The guy's got like a 3.4 ERA, and he hasn't let up any runs since that first outing with the Mets. So at some point in time, we're just going to have to accept that he's pretty good and that the 7th inning probably isn't too high leverage for him, depending on your matchups. And at this point, the way that we've deployed the bullpen and the way the success we've been getting from them, I'm willing to just roll with whatever our front office or whatever John Schneider is seeing and these matchups he's going with. Because game after game after game, we're questioning these managerial calls on the bullpen. And game after game after game, they're getting the job done. I mean, Flaherty has, like I say, a 3.38, I think was what his ERA settled out at after this game, and he's pretty much our least effective reliever, not named Jacob Barnes. So if your worst reliever is pitching that effectively, I mean, why question it? They're clearly getting good matchups for the guys, and they're getting good results. Chad Green came in to get the last out of that inning for him, as Fluharty did walk one guy before getting the line out and a fly out. And Chad Green comes in and gets a ground out to the shortstop to end the inning. Woo's still pitching in the 7th, and he gets us to go 3 up, 3 down, as he gets Bichette, Guerrero, and Santander out in order. And then in the 8th, Jimmy Garcia comes in. He gets a fly out from Crawford. He hits Rodriguez with a pitch, and then Kirky makes a heck of a throw, and Bichette makes a heck of a tag right on the butt of Rodriguez as he's sliding past. And they went to an appeal, and ultimately he did, after the video review, did get called out. He was called safe on the field, so good job by the review there as well, because he was out by a couple of inches. And then Polanco lines out to center field to end the inning. So it's still 3-1 Blue Jays. Casey Lawrence comes in, shuts us down in the 8th. And then in the 9th, Jeff Hoffman comes in, gets Cal Raleigh, Arozarena, and Moore out. 2 strikeouts there and a pop out to Raleigh. So, yeah, 3-1, Jays win. Fantastic stuff. Addison Barger showing off just phenomenal stuff, and I think for this thumbnail, I'll probably give him a bit of credit. He had 3 outfield assists through the first 5 innings. He hasn't got the bat going yet, but at least he's buying himself time showing off the strong arm out there. And this does highlight in previous videos why I've said I don't like him at third base to begin with. So why not just leave him out in right field and let him actually work on some things and get better out there and get more comfortable out there. He's got the arm strength for it. He can be a real difference maker from the outfield. I don't like how fidgety and how twitchy he is on the infield. I don't think he'll ever be a fantastic third baseman, but he has some real potential in right field. So that's just my opinion on it, is just leave him out there and hope that he can continue to develop and become a real weapon out there for us. Anyways, did you guys watch the game tonight? Did you have any key takeaways here? Let me know in the comments below, all right? We'll talk to you guys later.